All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Burgess Power Hour. And we are in for a treat tonight. How many of you want to be happy? Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
And how many of you have heard about law of attraction? Yes.
Yeah.
So, Susan, I'm so grateful. We have a special guest that's going to be leading us through this power hour tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and mute someone. Yeah, Aston. Okay. And we're going to be in for a treat tonight. She's going to run us through some experiences and really tap into that. But let me explain who Susan or share who Susan is, other than a dear friend. And she's one of our conscious leadership faculty members. She's one of our call leaders for the Conscious Leadership Academy. She's an Essence Being graduate. She's on almost all of our platforms and programs, and
Mastery.
Heart Mastery. She's a Mastery grad. She is Susan Blanton, and she is a happiness coach. I mean, who better yet to lead us in being happy, right? She's a life coach, an artist, beautiful artist, by the way, therapeutic art coach. It's really awesome what she does. And she's the creator and host of the Create Happy Now podcast. So she's all about happy. She does the Create Happy Now YouTube channel, so you can check her out on that. She also has the Create Happy meditations. How many of you have ever had a meditation to create happy? You know, this is really awesome that she does this.
The music
And
you're listening to is from my meditations channel.
yeah, you're listening to her meditations channel. And she also creates Moment Makers Happy Method. It's a method that she has. It's available in her new Create Happy Meditations app and retreats. And so it's my honor to bring her on to help us explore more of the happiness tonight with all of you. Welcome, Marcella, coming in, Victoria, Pam,
Pam,
and 608, and whoever else. And again, everyone will get this copy of this recording in your email. So stay tuned for that. And everybody who's registered, if you're not joining us live, you're going to get it too. I guess you'll know that later. So without further ado, here's Susan. Yeah.
Yay, yay. Well, I'm so glad to be here. It's such an honor. And Burge is my guru. I love her like a sister. She's not just my mentor that I look up to, that I've learned so much from, but she's also a very dear friend and a forever sister. So thank you for being who you are to so many people, Burge. I love you. Everybody loves you. And we just thank you so much for all that
My
you do.
pleasure.
And you've done this for so long that when I first met Burge, I'm like, she is who I aspire to be. Thank you.
Welcome. My pleasure, everyone. So please enjoy Susan, and she is going to run us through this incredible happy moment. So I'll be listening, and I'll be coming back and forth. So I'm gonna check out for a minute, and I'll be back.
All right, awesome. Okay. Well, welcome. I am so excited to be here with all of you, and thank you for that introduction, Burge. I not only am a life coach and therapeutic art coach, but although I'm not a certified law of attraction coach, I have been studying the law of attraction since 2008. And since then, I have manifested my dream house, my soulmate, my dream car, and so much more. And I've also learned how to 10x my ability to manifest. But we'll go over the power during this power hour, happiness versus law of attraction. So has anyone heard of the book or the movie The Secret? And you may want to put on your picture so I can have, or you can put your little hand up or whatever. But if you've heard of The Secret, that came out like in 2006. So yeah, and if you haven't, let me tell you a little bit about that. It's kind of how I got started, to be honest. Secret is a book as well as a documentary film written by Rhonda Byrne. And it's the full length film was released in 2006, and then it was followed by the book and translated into over 50 languages, and it remains one of the longest running bestsellers. And the book, it reveals the great secret that's been found in oral traditions, literature, religions, just for centuries. And it basically teaches you the power of the law of attraction that governs all of our lives and empowers us to create and design our own lives. But why do you think that this book is so popular? Does anybody want to kind of take a grab at what you think it might, why it's popular, why people are really, this is flying off the shelves? Victoria, did you still have your hand up for that? Did you want to answer that, or was that from before?
Hi. I'll answer. I first saw the movie in 2006, and it was, I think people are drawn to it because it's inspirational that we have some choice, right? And we can make things happen. Sometimes it's harder than we want it to be. But I think that it was beautiful. And as some people say, there were some things missing, but also there was a lot in it. And it was just, I think it's really so uplifting. Yeah.
Yes, it was. Deborah, did you want to comment?
I would agree with everything that Victoria said, and also that they make it like we can all do it. There's a common denominator of you can do it too. And also just the idea that there is a secret to manifesting is very attractive. You know, the title of it, the way it was presented, I remember absolutely adoring it. And I'm trying to remember any other details that really stuck out. But I'm glad to be reviewing it now with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and take your hands down so I don't get confused again. But that if you want to raise your hand later for something else, go ahead and do that then. But so basically, we really kind of want to try this exercise together, and this might explain maybe why we are using the law of attraction to manifest. So you can either write this down or you can do this in your head. Write down a goal that you've been thinking about lately that you'd really like to see come to fruition or accomplish or receive. I mean, this is, just doesn't have to be the big grandiose or anything, but something that just really kind of moves your heart. Now answer this question. Why do you want to manifest this goal? And then write that down. And if anybody knows what that is, pretty clear on it, let me know if you'd like to share what your current goal is.
Hi, my current goal is 10 grand a month, and I'm tripping over myself a little bit to get there. And I have reasons on different levels to get there.
Okay. All right. Now, I'm gonna go through this with you, Victoria, and then Deborah put her hand up, so I'll do this with both of you. So why do you want 10 grand a month?
To get some things that I'm in want of, and to pay off some bills, to have less stress, to feel more, to regain my confidence that I lost after a brainstem injury 7 years ago.
Okay.
And to support more people in my business, and in my life in general, support my local community.
That's a long answer. So let's go a little bit further. So why do you want to pay off your bills and be able to help, others and feel more confident and, all of the things that you want this 10,000 a month to do for you. So what's the why behind that?
I think so that I can be living in my truth rather than in my circumstances that are misleading me.
Okay. And so why do you want to live in your truth?
To live in more contentment and closer to my divinity.
Okay.
I don't know if that person can maybe mute.
So would you say that means to be happy?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, hold that thought. Deborah, you have your hand up. What is your goal?
Well, I also goal to make 1,000.
Oh, you're going in and out. We can't hear you very well. I'm not sure.
Okay, I wanted to get on my laptop and I'm having a hard time. It's over there, get on there. But anyway, bottom line, I would like to be making 10,000 or more a month.
Okay.
And I have several ways to do it, and I want to get my website up and running and have it linked to my the Vitality health patches that I work with, and to be leading retreats around the world. And I get the punchline is because I want to be happy. I definitely want to be happy, and I want to feel stress-free. Like life is great, and most of my life I felt that, but lately it's been a bit hard.
Right. So what I'm trying to get at is when you keep asking why, you eventually get down to an answer that basically means you want to be happy. I mean, after that, what's after that? We all want to be happy. And the reason is because we, as humans, are designed to do this. We're designed to be happy, to find happiness. So I want to let you know that it's a conscious need, and sometimes it's an unconscious desire to be happy. But where are people looking for happiness? Many of us are buying these books like The Secret so that they can manifest in order to make them happy, right? But here's the paradox. The law of attraction works best when you don't need it to be happy. So what will 10x your ability to manifest is being happy first. And that's not so easy. But I want to give you guys a little exercise. I want to break you off into groups of 2, and I want you to be kind of like study partners. And I'm going to put this, I forgot to turn this music off. I'm sorry. By the way, that music was sleep music from my Create Happy Meditations YouTube channel. Okay, so I am going to put in the chat. Let me see if I can get the chat going for myself. Here we go. All right, so now if you're on the phone, I'm going to pair you up with someone who has a computer. I'm going to put this in the chat. Oop. Hold on, I got to take it down. Hold on a second. Okay. Sorry, I had it up, so now I have to take it down. Okay, here we go. Let's try again. I'm sorry, I'm not like the most technical person. All right, so this is something you can open up and you can keep it too. So this quiz is not something that's like right or wrong. It's more of a gauge of where you're at. So I want you to pull this up, and if you're having any trouble pulling it up, let me know, and we will figure it. But the folks that are on a phone, I will try to pair you off with somebody who is not on a phone. So that might take a minute. So-
Susan, when I tried to open it up,
Mhm.
it just doesn't. It comes up with a Caribbean Zoom background.
Does anybody
Does that
have?
happen to everybody else? Did it happen to anybody else?
No, I actually have it open as a document.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Okay. It's just me then. I can't open it, but okay.
Okay. So if anybody is, other than Burge, having any problems opening it, besides those of you who are just on the phone, does anybody else have any problem opening that?
I don't see anything to open. I'm on an iPad.
You know,
Yeah,
I'd like to ask
chat.
a question. If I go to Zoom on my laptop, what should I put in join the meeting? Because it's much easier for me to do this on my laptop, and I'm trying to find what I should put in there. Maybe it's the access code. Okay.
Well, the meeting ID, if you want, is 831-0858-0047.
Thank
And
you.
the-
That's very helpful.
And the
Thank-
passcode is 040404.
Okay, thank you.
I don't see anything.
Okay. Is anybody else having any problems with?
Yes, could you repeat that one more time, please? I'd much prefer to get out to my computer.
It's
And I have it.
831-0858-0047.
Thank you. And I've got the password. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've got instructions I'm going to put in the chat for this exercise. So that'll be for you when we pair off. So again, we're going to go into groups of 2, and we might have to move some people around, so be patient with us. You can, if you get started, just go ahead and get started on your own. And then if you're paired with a person with a phone, just a phone, you may just want to read off the question and the answers together. And if you get through all 12, that's fine. If not, you can always work on this later. I just want to get a sense of what these questions, the thought-provoking questions, and how you feel. So the instructions are, what is your honest first answer on how you feel or believe, not what you think it should be. So go through it first that way, and then go back and then look at the answer that you feel might be better for you, what you would like to be feeling in that situation. And then kind of keep in mind, like, what question really was thought-provoking for you, and maybe mark it or, set it aside, so that if you'd like to share that when we come back, then we can discuss that when you all come back. So I'm going to go ahead and put you guys into a room. So bear with me. I'm going to start getting that done here.
And Deborah, you asked, can you put the exercise in the chat? What she put in the chat was the questions to kind of just be thought-provoking,
no,
but it's
and
not
That's what's needed, because if we come on after she put it in, we don't see any chat before we came in. So if she wouldn't mind putting it again, I think Victoria and I just got on our laptops.
Oh, okay. You want the
We
question
need-
thing?
Need whatever you posted to be put in the
Yes.
chat again.
Absolutely. Sure. No problem. I'll go ahead and put
Thank
that
you.
in right
Very
now.
helpful.
Now you can pull it onto your, let me know if you're having more problems with that.
So there's a download first. It's what you're going to do first, and then you're going to go back to what she posted as far as the questions to kind of talk to each other and share
Yeah,
what's
basically
actually
you're
in the
just
chat.
basically you're just it's real simple. You're just gonna do your first answer that just what resonates with you right now. It's not right or wrong, it's just where you are. And then after you do that, then go back if you can and start and do as many as you can where and look at the answer that you really feel you would like to have that reaction instead, that you would aspire to have a different action, reaction or feelings or emotions about that. So is everybody clear? Does anybody have any questions before we go in? You're all clear? Okay, let me go ahead and put you into,
But where are the questions? I do have that question.
you have the questions?
I'm wondering where they are. They're not on the chat that I can see.
It's in the download, says happiness versus law.
It's in the download.
You have to just click on it and it opens up.
Yeah.
It didn't for me, but I'll try it again.
Maybe
You'll have to
double
click
click.
on your mouse.
Okay, now I see it. Thank you so much.
Got it? Okay. All right. Now I'm going to try to put you guys into groups. If I can figure that out now. There we go. Breakout rooms. Okay. Well, shoot, I'm going to try to.
Now, do you want us to answer a few of these questions, or how did you?
No, I want you to go through as many as you can. And you can go in with a study partner. Or you know what? Well, you know what might be easier is I might just throw, instead of going in breakout rooms, I think what we're going to do is I'll just play some music and you're going to have time, like 15 minutes to just go through these. I want you to just really sit with them, each one, and think them through. How do you feel? Like, where are you? I mean, I went through this test myself and I've got places I still need to go, but I want your first reaction of like, ooh, that's how I feel. And then mark that, or, make a note somewhere, what that answer is. So let me go ahead and I will start up the music and, go ahead and get started. We're not gonna share rooms or anything anymore. This makes it too complicated.
Did you want me to put them in rooms or no?
No. We could pause the recording for a while. All right, everyone. Let's go ahead and would anybody like to share any aha moments they had while taking this quiz? Like what was the question that really kind of was like, and then what was your honest answer? And then, what kind of made you go, okay, I want to maybe consider another alternative answer as something you inspire to do at some point. Deborah, you want to go ahead and share?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I really, this is a great questionnaire. I really like it. And wherever that question is, I realized, wow, I need to get back to focusing on what really makes me happy. Like when I was a dancer and dance teacher and yoga teacher, and when I'm leading retreats or something, I'm ecstatic. But I've been focusing on things that I've been just feeling kind of burnout. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I need to really, and also sometimes just sitting at my desk thinking I've got to manifest results where I would be better going to the beach and meeting people, to bring into my work.
Yeah.
So it's and yes, I'm totally willing to get coached into this. Yes.
Awesome.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Jamie, would you like to share?
Sure. Yeah. I realized right from the first question, once I started thinking how I would feel if I manifested what I was trying to manifest 5 minutes ago, and I realized that I don't really think I want what I was trying to manifest. Like,
That'd be kind of woo.
yeah, I was like that, and I really had to go back and think, and I really think that I have to, like, just from that one question and from the rest of the questions, I was like, I think I've been like I'm in recovery. I have about 3 and change years, but so the things that I was trying to manifest before I started working my recovery and before I lost everything and kind of gained it back, and where I'm at right now, I'm at a place where I am stable and I'm happy, or I'm at least content with my life. And the things that I thought that I was lacking, like that I'd always wanted while I was, in my active addiction, I don't think I want those things, or I'm ready for those things, or like I want, like, that it would align with my life right now. So I really think I have to go back to the drawing board and figure out really sort of like the other lady was saying, what I really want.
Right, right, exactly. It's really important to know where you are, because if you're going on a trip, right, you can't kick yourself for not being halfway there, right? You got to look on the map and go, where am I? Oh, I'm here. Where do I want? You have to be clear on where you want to go. I want to go over here. And you don't get upset at yourself because you're just putting your luggage in your car. Nobody's kicking yourself on your journey, because you know where you're going, and you're going. At least you know where you are, and that's part of knowing thyself. Okay, so I want to ask all of you, um who said know thyself? Anybody famous that said know thyself?
Jesus.
Well,
Oh,
probably, but
God. I don't know. It seems like in the Bible or in the scriptures, it says, he who knows himself knows his Lord.
and also Socrates.
Oh, Socrates. Okay, great.
Mhm,
Yeah, I
mhm.
wasn't trying to be religious. I was
Oh,
just
no,
trying
no
to remember
problem.
where I've
I
heard it.
wasn't trying to say
Okay.
no. I mean, there's a lot of people that also agree with that. So,
Okay.
but he's kind of famous for saying that specifically. Bob, you raised your hand. Did you want to share something? Oh, you're on mute.
Yeah. Um, right, there were two that stuck out at me. And the first one was the first question. And quite frankly, if I manifested what I wrote down and what's been struggle, my whole purpose for doing power hours and conscious leadership, quite frankly, I would be in disbelief.
Yeah.
And only because, and I'm going to have to, I feel some bubble talk bubbling up, and it might be some old stuff that I've written down before, but
Mhm.
I don't have a lot of experience manifesting something I have wanted. And I'm sure that if I listed out my bubble talk, there's something in there about I can't have what I want. I'm sure I wrote it down weeks ago. But the other question that made me think was number 10.
Number 10 was assess the level
Assess
of
the level,
attachment that you have towards
because
the outcome.
at least for me, if I'm really honest, the attachment, let me see how I have it in my head. the things before the comma don't necessarily match what feels right for me after the comma. So the real, a really good example is, I mean, I want to move to Palm Springs by the end of the year. I have a rather strongest attraction to that, but at the same time, if something comes out of left field while I'm still in Florida, it's like, well, okay, i.e., somebody wants to marry me here. Okay. So,
Right. Yeah, you have to that is letting go of the attachment, because maybe there's something better, more benevolent in store for me than what I have in mind. You have to kind of remember that. But thank you, Tom, for sharing. So what I want to get back to is, so the law of attraction works best when we're more positive, we have a better outlook, rather than coming from a state of lack or desperation. And law of attraction instructs you to visualize and create the emotion of having it already to manifest it. And even if you end up manifesting something, does the happiness last? Or would you rather be happy first and have your desires flow effortlessly? Anybody? Me. So, to be happy first, there are two key elements. Calm your mind and know and love thyself. So I put the know and love thyself in kind of the same compartment, okay? Because they work together very well. So like I said before, we said Socrates said, know thyself. And Socrates believed that the key to happiness was self-knowledge. And I, in my Moment Makers Happy method, I overemphasize that you really need to dig deep to learn who you really are, how you tick, why you do what you do. And then you start to love and appreciate how you are. And of course, there's times you might want to change things, but you don't have to beat yourself up about it. You're on your journey. You are here. You're packing your suitcase in your car. So don't beat yourself up for just starting out. Just know at least where you are. That's part of knowing yourself. And Mahatma Gandhi said, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. I'm going to say that again. You yourself, as much as anyone else in the entire universe, deserves your love and affection. You deserve your own love and your own affection to yourself. Mahatma Gandhi said that, okay? So when you dig deep to understand who you really are, and it's a rabbit hole sometimes. I mean, when we start learning things, we start learning how much we don't know. So it's sometimes when you start down this rabbit hole of learning yourself, you realize, oh my gosh, I didn't know that about myself. Didn't know that about myself. Didn't know that about myself. And oh, wow, you know what? Maybe I'm cooler than I thought I was. I kind of love myself. Oh, she's kind of cool. I like, or he's like, not bad. Kudos. And, you start developing this relationship. Like when you first meet somebody and you don't start loving them right away, you might love how they look, they cross the room, but you can't really love them until you get to know them. So you can't learn to love yourself unless you get to know yourself. And you're kind of a knife trying to cut itself. Like you can't do that, or an eye can't see itself without looking in the mirror. So you really have to try hard to really introspect and look at yourself. So when, and I also want to explain, we all probably were told at some point that loving yourself is selfish or vain, but it's not. I'm talking about the unconditional love of yourself, like you would a loved one or a parent or a lover, or your dog, happiness is the discovery of self and self-love. And when you fill your own cup with self-love, then you can give more of love to others. And you're not desperate to seek external means to fill your cup. When you keep it full, the lens with which you view the world will change. So there's ways you can develop self-love, and I have that in my app, but you want to go ahead and put in the chat the things you think that might help create and nurture self-love. So go ahead and throw something in the chat that you feel like would help you love yourself. And think about, if it's hard to think about for yourself, what would you do for a really good friend that you wanted to show, how much you love them, but do it for you. So throw some things in the chat there. I can start you off with one. Positive affirmations. Meditation. Deborah says meditation, walks in nature, authentic movement, dance, beautiful, perfect. Accept your shortcomings. Pam, that's awesome. If you make a mistake, go, whoops, my bad, and you move on. Or laugh at yourself like, shoot, I did that again, didn't I? Journaling all things about you, about yourself that you love. Awesome. Be present, Bob. Perfect. Yes. Very good, guys. So meditation, yes, is another one I want to talk about. That's another part of my Moment Makers Happy Method. It starts out with meditation, because meditation does two things for you. First of all, it's an act of compassion to yourself, for yourself. And it helps you discover who you are, and it quiets your mind so you can listen to the universe and their clues when you're when you're trying to manifest. So you say, well, if I'm happy, do I really need to manifest anymore? Like, I'm already happy, right? Well, that's up to you, but you can manifest for fun and for experience and to play with the universe. So we're not humans having a spiritual experience. We are what? Does anybody want to? Deborah, you're on mute.
Spiritual beings having a human experience.
Exactly. Bingo. And so we're here to have fun, live it up, push the envelope, not be so serious. We're supposed to be happy and just have fun, live life, experience this beautiful earth that we live on and the beautiful humans that we interact with. So before we start coming to the end, I want to do a quick moment to go over the few reminders we have in upcoming events before we close. And also make sure if you have any questions, you want to stick around to the end. If you're interested in signing up to be a Conscious Leadership Academy student, or if you're interested in learning more about my app, go ahead and stick around to the end and I can answer your questions. But we have a couple things I want to remind you about is if you're a tier 2 or a 3, we have our second webinar of relationships, May 29th. That's coming up pretty quickly. We also have our events can be listed and found in your dashboard by selecting CLA events. We also have May 18th, EOR in person. I'm going to put that link in the chat here in a moment. And then anyone can come to these events if you are a tier 2 or tier 3. Just remember that this event is included in your membership. So use your promo code to get it free. And you can find this code by visiting your onboarding course and select events. And also don't forget, you can give the gift of the Conscious Leadership community to your friends and family by inviting them to one free call by sharing with them this link. I'm going to give all of this to you right now in the chat. There you go. Those are your links. All right. And then also an email will be coming out to all of you after the Power Hour. It will include some of this information and the recording and link to the recording, and also a free 30-minute free discovery session with me. So make sure to look out for that. So if you want to, want to learn more about happiness and how to be happier and how to manifest what you want, go ahead and you can meet with me afterwards, or look for that email when you get that after the Power Hour ends today. So before we release ourselves back to our individual lives, let's close with a quick meditation. All right. And I'm not gonna put my music back on because I want to make sure you can hear me okay. All right, let's begin by finding a comfortable position. Gently close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And slowly exhale and feel your body relaxing with each breath. Our goal as humans is to find happiness. Happiness that resides within the love we have for ourselves. It's not about external achievements or validations. It's about embracing the beautiful essence of who we are. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, let go of any tension. And know that being happy is your birthright. But it's also your responsibility to discover this joy within. No one else can do this for you. Take another deep breath in and out. Now let's journey inward and ask yourself, who am I? Not in terms of roles or labels, but at your core, who are you truly? Feel the love of who you are in this very moment and embrace your uniqueness. You are a magnificent being, worthy of all the love and all the happiness the universe has to offer you. And as you continue to breathe deeply and evenly, start to manifest for the fun of it. Imagine the life you desire, see it, feel it, experience it in your mind's eye. This is your space to dream and create. Know that the power to manifest and create lies within you. By loving yourself fully, you unlock this incredible potential. Embrace this truth and let it fill you with joy. Now take one last deep breath in and slowly exhale and bring yourself awareness back to the present moment. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes and carry this feeling of self-love and happiness with you throughout your days. And remember, discovering who you really are and loving yourself is a beautiful journey, one that leads to profound happiness. So I just want to remind everybody, if you want to hang back afterwards and learn more about my Create Happy Meditations app, or get your discount through the Conscious Leadership Academy, or if you want to learn more about the Conscious Leadership Academy, if you're tier 1 or tier 2 and want to upgrade, I'll be here to answer your questions and get your information. So thank you very much, everyone. I really enjoyed being with all of you, and definitely would love to talk with you if you would like to share afterwards. So don't be shy.
I have an interesting question.
Okay.
Prior to doing all the sheet,
Yeah.
as you were not, asking people, you were asking why. And in another time and place, I was led through something similar, but the question asked of me was, and then what? And and now that I've said it out loud, I'm thinking it's really not an either or, because now that I think about it, the whole purpose about and then what was to not limit myself.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the why, I mean, it's never occurred to me the why, but
The why
I-
is we are programmed to find happiness. And the reason why is to discover who you really are and to love who you really are, not to try to find it externally, which we try. I mean, we don't know what to do when we first come into this,
that's the one I
existence.
need to work on, is I always look outside myself for happiness, and logically and intellectually, I know it's an inside job,
Mhm.
but you know, sometimes the brain and the heart get disconnected, and I am working on reconnecting it.
Well, you're doing the important thing. You're discovering where you are. You're becoming aware of this. And sometimes we have this programming that we have to constantly keep overriding. But the more we practice, the better we're going to get at that.
Yep.
So,
True.
don't beat yourself up for that. It's the way we've been programmed for centuries, and it's in our DNA as humans. And so it's not just you, it's us, it's all of us that are trying to reprogram ourselves, wake up and figure out that we need to love ourselves. We need to know that we are divine. We know that happiness is our birthright, and to let go of the status quo of what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be loving ourselves. We're supposed to be enjoying being a human, not surviving.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to relax. Like, I'm okay. I am not perfect. I'm not supposed to be perfect. I'm just me. And not worry about what other people think. Trust me, I have been there. I have worried about what other people think from day one. That was programmed into me from my family. And I was programmed to be perfect. And that was a lot of undoing that took some time, so I understand, I get it, and I had to literally let my hair down and just go, you know what, this is
Well, I'd
me.
let my hair down if I had any left, but
So, well, I enjoy all of you. So does anybody want to get information about Conscious Leadership Academy upgrading? We can grab your information about that. And then if you're interested in the app, we can get that taken care of for you, because if you're a Conscious Leadership Academy 1, 2, or 3, you can get a discount depending on what level you're on there. But yeah, so Burge, how did you want to?
Just thank you all for joining us and playing with Susan tonight. How'd she do?
Great. Susan, I
Good,
have a
yeah.
question. You said you
Yes.
have a YouTube channel. Could you
Yes.
tell us what that is?
Yes, it's called Create Happy Now. And I have
The Create Happy Now.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she'll be
And I have a
sending-
website also called, everything's Create Happy Now. It comes up on Google. You can't miss it.
Okay.
So I've got a podcast. It's on iTunes. It's on all the platforms. I also have a Create Happy Meditations YouTube channel as well. And then my app can be found on Apple Marketplace. But we can give you a special discount through me personally, rather than having to go there, so it's a monthly. We've got 3 different tiers. The first tier is meditation. The second tier is called Silver, and that includes the meditation, but also goes deeply into self-love and discovering who you really are. And then the gold one, the gold membership, is the whole Moment Makers Happy Method, which also has additional exclusive bonuses like exclusive meditations. It has access to me one-on-one and in group sessions. And it also gives you an opportunity to become an affiliate and earn some money, maybe even get the membership for free. So there's a lot of perks on having the whole thing. Plus you've got a lot more support. So, but you can come in and anyway, there's a 2-week free trial, and then you can cancel at any time. So, just come in and try it out. So
Thank you.
And we will be giving, you'll be getting a couple of emails after this with Susan's information, and also to get a 30-minute strategy session with her that's complimentary. So just be on the lookout for that. You'll see an email so you can kind of talk to her about any of this or anything else that's happening. And you can join us again at the next Power Hour in June 19th. Did you already talk about that? And it's going to be, it'll be me doing it this time with, we're going to be doing our high vibrations, experiencing our inner knowing. So yeah, that'll be in tune with
it's in the chat there.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I missed that. I didn't see that. Okay, cool.
So did you say that, oh, excuse me, sorry.
Okay.
Did you say that we'll get an email where we can sign up for a strategy session with you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then, which I really appreciate. I'm sorry, when I first signed up, I wasn't ready to talk with you because this is totally delightful and I absolutely loved it. I was just finishing dinner, but what the app? Can you say more about the app? Like what is the discount about the app?
Good night, everybody. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you, Bob.
Bye.
So glad you came.
Me
Yeah.
too. Good night, everyone.
Bye, Bob.
Bye.
So if you're in Conscious Leadership Academy, we're offering discounts for that for the gold membership.
Okay, so first of all, that you're using language that I mean, I've been on the spiritual path for like 50 years, so I'm not unfamiliar with the language, but I mean, you're using lingo that's in your business. So you just said if you're part of this.
Oh,
So basically what she's talking about, Deborah, is Essence of Being is our main
Your container.
experience that we have all around the world. Conscious Leadership Academy is a part of that, which is a whole nother membership kind of a connection of community of people around the world. And that's what it is. It's a community of membership. And Susan's one of our faculty members. And so she's offering these things to you that she has. And if you're a member of our Conscious Leadership Academy, you just get discounts from it. That's what she's talking about when you tap into any of our faculty members. And you can go to essenceofbeing.com and you'll see Conscious Leadership Academy on there. And you can do a drop down. You'll see all the resources that are available. And Susan's one of the faculty members, and she has a lot of connections there where you can kind of tap into her as well. But you'll be able to see all of that, kind of check it all out. There's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, I really like this because I've been, introduced to different, coaches and with different programs. But for me, coming from my whole life, a spiritual background, I would say I'm a spiritual creative being. Your style I really like, so I would like to be part of this and matches. And I'm already a coach, and I already lead retreats, and
Awesome.
Pretty much I've been a happy person my whole life, and then I started working too hard at a desk and kind of lost part of my or something or other. Anyways, so I'd love to have the strategy session, and I will go to your essenceofbeing.com and see all of these resources that you are offering.
Yes, I would love to have a chance to speak with you, Deborah, and also all my YouTube channel is a replay of all of my podcasts, so you can enjoy there. Burge was on my podcast a couple of times, and so you can check that out. I've got about 4 years worth, so there's all sorts to watch there. to just kind of get to know me a little bit better. But I would love to have a session with you and just chat and see how I can serve you.
I would love
Yeah,
that.
just be looking for on your emails the next couple of this week and next week. You'll see, and it'll be a strategy session with Susan.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, because I'm busy with family Sunday through next Tuesday. So I mean, are you assigning us a session, or do we sign up for a time that's
No, we can set up a time that works well with you.
okay?
So
That would,
you can
that
look
would
on
be
my
really good.
calendar and set up a time that works for you.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. So
Thank
glad
you.
to meet you.
Yeah. And thank you, Victoria, for inviting me to this.
Oh, I'm so glad you invited
I
her,
really-
Miss
yeah, I
Victoria.
really-
Awesome.
And we're
Yeah.
doing Essence of Being, you guys, at the end of the month in June in Fort Lauderdale area. So if you're in
Oh
that
wow,
area,
Fort Lauderdale.
check it out too. That's our main.
And it's in June. You said June.
The last
Yeah,
weekend. in June.
I live in Sarasota. I
Yeah.
basically live in Ellington, right? But
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale's about 3.5 hours away from me.
Yeah, you just hop right over.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. And
I invited several. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go on.
I invited several other women tonight too, and one has contacted me. She said, "Darn, I missed it." So I'll invite some more and to both of your events. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Yeah. And if you registered, or if your friend or whomever registered for it, they'll get the recording.
Could they still register?
Probably not, but you can actually, the truth is, if you go to essenceofbeing.com, this will be on the podcast. So when you go to look for podcasts, it'll be uploaded there. So it'll be there as well.
Thank you. Okay.
Also I have a Facebook group called Create Happy Now. So
Oh,
you can
good.
become a
Facebook.
member, and you can also learn about different things that I post there as well. And Burge also posts in that as well, what she has going. So you can get everything there too.
Yeah.
I'd like to say dandy.
I like that,
And
Dandy.
okie dokie.
Okie
Okie
dokie.
dokie. Well, I have to scoot, you guys. Thank you for joining us. You can stay on with Susan as long as you want. Susan, you can just
Sure.
stop recording whenever you want.
Okay,
And
awesome.
I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you next time, I hope.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Burge.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.